Your everyday 9-to-5 desk workers say they are worn out. That's according to a new study from the office messaging app Slack. Slack's one of the things that wears them out. I digress. It says more than 40% of office workers are feeling burned out, and that is a pandemic-era high. The study cites things like returning to the office, inflation, and worries about layoffs. Joining us now to discuss more about that is Shauna Leibowitz, a correspondent for Insider covering career development and workplace culture. Shauna, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So how can employers avoid burnout, given that everyone seems to be experiencing some of that? And how do they avoid burnout but still have people be productive? Because people got to work.
So they do, or so I hear. Well, the study found that flexibility is a critical component of whether people experience burnout or not. So I would encourage employers to prioritize flexibility and not just in the ways we traditionally think about flexibility. So choosing when and where you work, which is hugely important or can be. But I'd also encourage employers to think, about what employee autonomy really looks like in their workplace, because that tends to predict success and engagement in the workplace. So even things like telling employees that if they get a meeting invitation and they feel like it's not really relevant to them, it's kind of a waste of their time, they have the agency to decline that meeting, or if they're given an assignment, it's up to them how they do the assignment as long as they get to the right business outcome. So all of these things, flexibility and autonomy, I think employers should really be prioritizing those right now.
Now, I know micromanagement has burned me out in the past personally, but let me ask you this. We're in a moment in the U.S. economy right now where there has been for a long time almost 2 jobs available for every 1 person that wants one. Does all of this flexibility and the concern about burnout only last as long as those employment conditions last, or is this a long-term change in the way Americans work?
It's an interesting question. I'm not sure I can answer with 100% certainty, but I think that while employers may be, a little more likely to cater to employees' needs and desires, so to speak, in terms of, flexibility and autonomy, I do think that workers are increasingly, demanding and seeking that in the jobs they apply for and the jobs they take. And so I do think that, today's employers would be wise, I would say. They would be wise to really hear what employees are telling them in terms of this is what we want. And even more importantly, this is what we know will help us perform at our best.
Well, I do hope it is a long-term change, but I asked you to predict the future, and strangely, you couldn't do it. That's odd. No, I'm just kidding. That's Shauna Leibowitz. She talks about workplace culture, and we're talking about worker burnout. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.